My husband and I just celebrated our 17-year anniversary. We actually didn't celebrate. We forgot, and then in that morning kissed each other and said, happy anniversary. But a lot of people ask about romance and marriage and how you manage to stay together, which if you ask me, 17 years is kind of like a little tiny drop in the bucket when I see these people who go for 50, 60 years. And we're not super romantic, lovey-dovey people, but when my husband does what I'm about to show you, it makes me know that he loves me and he cares, and that's the kind of romance that I need after 17 years. I have a dog. My husband hates my dog, and my dog eats wet dog food, which he hates. And my kid is constantly losing the wet food container top. And so my husband just went on Amazon and he bought 4 pet food lids. Oh my God, that is so hot. It really is, because I didn't tell him to buy the pet food lids. I didn't make mention of it. He saw there was a need and he went out on his own and he ordered these, and they showed up, and now we have these canned pet food lids. And I know he doesn't like my dog and he hates that I feed the dog wet dog food, but this to me is a package of I love yous. And it's these types of things that when you're pissed off at your spouse and you remember, he bought those pet food saver lids without being asked, and he just did it. He just had the inkling that it needed to be done, and he did it. That's hot. That's sexy AF. That's modern day romance in the crazy friggin' world that we live in. And I'm absolutely not one to give marriage advice or tips, because marriage is an extremely difficult relationship to continue to work through. It's a lot of work, and I think a lot of people don't realize when they get into a marriage how much work it actually is, and how often you're not going to like the person. You'll always love them, but you're not going to like them lots of times, and that's tough. But it's days when things like this happen that you remember, you know what? He's a great guy. He bought the pet food lids. All is well in the world. And you also remember that there's a lot of work that's involved in marriage. So don't be looking for grand gestures all of the time, because grand gestures don't make a marriage. It's lots of little things like pet food lids that you never had to ask for, that show up, that let you know that that other person that you're spending your life with, who might sound like a gagging cat when they brush their teeth, they love you and you love them. So yay for pet food lids.